Hi everybody, this is Rob Younger and I wanted to talk to you about my international experiences. So I think the first time I ever took a trip, I was about 11 or 12 years old, and my parents took my sister and I on an international trip to the island of Barbados. And it was a work trip that my father had gone on for the business that he worked for, and he sprang for extra tickets for my sister and I, and it was my first real experience with a foreign culture in a foreign land. And despite the fact that it's a former British territory and speaks English, I found it wildly fascinating and very exotic, despite the fact that by my standards today, it really isn't that exotic, but it still is a very beautiful place. Um, since that point in time, I spent the majority of the rest of my years up until college in the United States. When I was in school in 1997, I did a semester abroad at Lancaster University in Lancashire in northwestern England, and that was a great experience because I got exposed to a rural side of England, and also to the urban areas because we would take the trains to London and to Edinburgh and Scotland, and I really enjoyed the mix of different lifestyles and the approaches that a different culture takes to life in general. Um, since that point in time, I've done quite a bit of international traveling, especially after I moved to Seattle in 2001. At one point, I had run out of pages in my passport and have been to many countries in Europe, Asia, and just in the last several years have traveled to Hong Kong, to Norway, and to several other places in Asia, with the most recent trip being to China for the international portion of this MBA program, which was a fantastic trip. And I actually took an extra week to spend some time in Shanghai before meeting up with the rest of the student group and heading on to Beijing, Xi'an, and Chengdu. And really, to me, the best part of that equation was having a chance to interact with local people, to experience local culture, to go to businesses and see how things are conducted and operated in the natural foreign environment. And I think that all in all, travel is the best teacher in life, and it's something that allows for the world's citizens to become closer and more understanding about our similarities and our differences. And the world over, the one thing that I'm always continually refreshed by is the fact that people really aren't that different, and the desires that people have in terms of how they approach life and what they want for their families and their children is really the same throughout the world. And our approach to food and shelter and what we believe are the most valuable tenets of life might be slightly different. But in the end, what I think makes us human are the things that also make us similar. So thanks for listening to me talk a little bit here about my experiences. I'm more than happy to chat further with all of you guys in the replies that you have here, and we can have deeper discussions about some of the places that I've visited. And I look forward to getting to know all of you a bit better. Thanks a lot.